What's up everyone, how are you all? Today we are back with another blazing Naruto story. What if neglected Naruto raised by Yugao? If you enjoy then please like, share and do comments. And also check the description box to original creator of this beautiful creation. You know why you're here? Tsunade, Godem of Konohagore asked. The group simply nodded. Tsunade continued, there is a terrorist group composed of many missing ninja attacking our border. They are very organized and seem to have several A-class ninja in their ranks. I sent to Chunin to find any information. It's been 2 weeks and I still haven't heard from them. Something must have gone wrong. Foreseeing a headache, she began to rub her temple. Ordinarily I would send some of our elite Junin to handle this, but they are all busy on dangerous missions or out of commission. Your mission is to first find the terrorist camp. Second, if you can, try to find any of the missing Chunin. And third, destroy the terrorist camp. I'm going to make this an A- class mission. Understand? Yes, Hokage-sama, we under. Out of nowhere, a figure jumped through the window, making a horrible racket as pieces of glass spread all over the floor. The group pulled out their katanas and were about to charge the mysterious figure. But they stopped as they heard familiar voice. Sorry I'm late, Tsunade Bon. There was this old lady who need help across the STR. He did not even get to finish as he dodged a chair thrown at him by no one other than Tsunade. Liar, she screamed as she threw a book at the man. He simply sidestepped the projectile. I told you to be here an hour ago. You have been spending too much time with Kakashi, Naruto. Is that any way to treat the next Hokage of Konohagore? Naruto Uzumaki asked as he took off his fox mask. Now 17 years old, he stood 6 feet 3 and about 195 pounds. His hair grew long just like Yondaime Hokage. He wore standard Anbu black jumpsuit that showed many of his muscles along his chest. He had grown up a lot from being the hyperactive knucklehead ninja from 7 years ago to now being a 19-year-old hyperactive knucklehead ninja. He was useless then, but now he is one of the best shinobi we have. But he is still the same kid from a long time ago, at least mentally anyways. He looks pretty handsome when he runs his hands through his hair like that. Tsunade thought. However, she would never admit that. Now I gotta repeat myself. And you know how I hate to repeat myself. Naruto gave her his signature foxy grin as she said this. Tsunade's blood began to boil, but decided not to do anything. I letting to get to me. He knows this already. Once again, your mission is to find, rescue and ultimately destroy the camp. Is there any questions? Ba-chan, what's the rank on this mission? Naruto sheepishly asked. If you were here like you were supposed to, you would already know that it is an A-ranked mission, you stupid pathetic waste of trash. You're lucky I don't just beat your head into a bloody pulp right now. She said, standing up and began to gather chakra in her fists. Just calm down, Ba-chan, slowly backing away from the angry Sannin. I just wanted to know so I can update the bingo book afterwards. I want it to look good when I become Hokage. Have you grown up, Naruto? You will never become Hokage if you keep acting like this. You probably never achieve anything and end up like that bastard, Jiraiya. By the way, where is he anyways? Oh, he is probably in the land of waves. I hear they are having some sort of white t-shirt contest. It's a huge thing to them. I would like to go, but I'm stuck here, he said sarcastically. Meanwhile in the land of waves. Achoo, sneezed Jiraiya. Hee, some beautiful women must be talking me. Or it's my stupid pupil of mine. Stop being a pervert and take your team already. We don't have enough time for this, Tsunade ordered. KSF, Konohagore Strike Force, meet me at the northern gate in 5 minutes. The group disappeared in a puff of smoke, only leaving Naruto and the Hokage. Oh, and Ba-chan, you really need to work on that temper. No wonder you aren't married, Naruto laughed as he jumped back out the window. Tsunade immediately picked up her desk and threw it at him, but was too late. What's going on in there? Shizune asked as she ran through the door. Let me guess. Uzumaki Naruto? I hate that guy, the 5th Hokage yelled. He said I have a bad temper. Well you do, Tsunade-sama. Shizune covered her mouth, realizing what a horrible mistake she had made. She ran back through the door just as Tsunade chunked another piece of furniture at her apprentice. I haven't had an A- ranked mission in a long time. Naruto smiled to himself. I just hope it doesn't take too long because tomorrow is my day off and I gotta go train and eat some ramen. Then train and eat some more ramen. Naruto made his way north to reunite with his team. Ever since returning about 2 years ago from his training with Jiraiya, he made incredible rank advancements within a short amount of time. He became a Chunin just 6 months after returning. A year later, he was promoted to a Junin. He decided to Anbu Black Ops so he could get better. Where else could he go? He didn't really want to teach Genin yet, so it was the perfect place to go. Plus it would be good for his bingo book. His reputation was known around the lands as Konohikure's Demon Fox. His abilities could almost rival Hitaki Kakashi. Naruto continued to travel north at an fast pace. 10 minutes later, he arrived at the northern gate 5 minutes late, too much of the disliking of his team. Sorry guys, he grinned, I got lost on the road of life. Liar, they screamed in unison. The pink-haired ninja hit him in his face, sending Naruto into a tree. Damn it Naruto. Tsunade-sama was right. You have been spending too much time with Kakashi-sensei. You even make the same lame excuses. You need to grow up. Haruno Sakura scolded her leader and friend. Naruto-kun. Another female teammate cried as she ran towards their defeated leader. Are you okay, Naruto-kun? I don't. No, Yugao-chan. Naruto mumbled something. So, do you need CPR? The purple-haired Kunoichi said seductively. No, I'm fine. His face turned crimson red. He tried to pull himself up, but Yugao pushed him back down. I think you do need CPR, she smiled, pulling off her mask and passionately kissed Naruto. At first he was horrified, but slowly started to enjoy it. Her tongue asked for entry and he gladly granted it that. Her tongue moved freely inside his mouth as she wrestled his own. Instinctively, he put his hand around her ass and squeezed gently, awarding him with a soft moan. Yugao rolled on top of Naruto and straddled him with her legs. Naruto could feel the warmth of her ass against his chest. Suddenly Yugao broke away and smirked. Do you feel better now, Naruto-kun? Why yeah, thanks Yugao-chan. Naruto blushed even redder. He had heard from reliable sources that Azuki Yugao liked him, but not like this. He thought she was good looking. He even caught her checking him out on missions and especially when he was at the hot springs. Good then, my work is done, she grinned. But before she got off on him, she bent real quickly and kissed Naruto on the lips. Oh please, don't let this end, Naruto prayed in his mind. But cursed to himself as she got up and put back on her mask. Meanwhile Sakura did nothing throughout the entire ordeal. She turned blood red when she saw Yugao kiss Naruto. If that was not enough, she nearly had a heart attack when Naruto squeezed her ass. I'm gonna kill that bitch. I swear I will. We're teammates and Naruto is our freaking leader. I don't even think that is even allowed. Sakura-chan, are you okay? Your face is beet red? Naruto asked, oblivious to why she was blushing. No, I'm fine. She quickly gained her composure. Shouldn't we be on our way, Naruto-sama? What did I tell you, Sakura-chan? I don't want you to Naruto-sama. It makes me sound like an old geezer like Ero-sensei. Naruto laughed. Besides, we used to be teammates and have been friends for who know how long. I'm sorry, Naruto-sama. I mean Naruto-kun. Her face turned red as she hit. Are you sure you're okay? Your face just turned red again. Stop messing around, Naruto. We need to get going. I do want to hurry up and get done with this stupid mission. I got plans. The other Anbu Black Op yelled. Will you shut up, Reza? Naruto mocked his only male companion. You're right, we better get going. Get in alpha formation and we'll head out immediately. Sakura-chan, you're first. You are the best one at sensing chakra. You will tell us if you sense anyone. I'll go next since I'm the leader and all. He heard a grunt from Reza, but ignored it. Sakura-chan can tell when she senses something. Yugao-chan, you're next. You have very good eyesight, so you need to keep an eye on our sides just in case me and Sakura-chan miss something. Your last Reza, but before you get all pissed off, let me explain. Bearing a Hyuga, you can use your Byakugan to cover the entire area behind us. Without you, it would be very dangerous. You understand? No. A matter of fact, I have a problem. Why in hell can't I be in the front? I can be just as good or even better than Sakura. Reza complained. I got 2 reasons. One is because I said so. I'm the leader of this squad, not you. I make the rules. And second, when I was chasing after that bastard Sasuke, this is the same formation that Shikamaru used. We had Neji cover the back. It works, trust me. What? You never said that you worked with Nea-sama. He's a freaking genius, the best fighter out of the Hyuga clan. I would be honored to take the bag, but only cause Neji-sama was in the same position. Reiza squealed in delight. Naruto put his hand on his mouth, trying to contain raging laughter. He managed to succeed. If there is any more problems? He waited a couple of seconds. Hearing nothing, fine then. We wasted enough time already. Let's go have some fun, guys. Naruto and the rest of the KFS disappeared in a swirl of dust. You'll never get away with this. Once I get out of here, I gonna kill? Konohamaru yelled in pain as one of the guards punched in the gut. I said shut up, you little fucker. The guard spat on Konohamaru's face. If I could kill you, I would have done it a long time ago. I still don't know why the boss keeps you around, but it seems important. He took a seat back in his chair. He mumbled to himself, but no could hear him. Pissed, Konohamaru, whispered Rika Inuzuka. Do you think we'll ever get out of here? Konohamaru could feel the fear in her voice. Don't worry, Rika, we'll get out of here soon. I promise. He smiled, trying to not worry his teammate. However, he tried to believe his own words, but he couldn't. What if I'm wrong and no ever comes and rescues us? I can't keep giving them false hope. I'm getting worried too. Oh boss, where are you? KSF jumped from tree to tree at an incredible rate of speed. Sakura was in front, Naruto behind her, then Yugao, then last Reiza. They followed the coordinates that Tsunade gave them. Sakura-kun, who are the chunin that old hag sent out here? Don't call Tsunade-sama that. Sakura closed her eyes, let me think. I think she said it was Rika Inuzuka, and that one kid. I don't remember his name. He's the grandson of the third Hokage. What? Konohamaru, what the hell is he doing out here? We gotta go rescue them. Naruto began to panic, but Yugao reassured him. It's going to be okay. Konohamaru can take care of himself. He is a good strong kid. Yugao said comforting. She managed to calm him down. You know you look really cute when you get angry. She kissed him on his neck. Naruto blushed and tried to not turn around and kiss Yugao with all his might. Everyone stop now, Sakura whispered as she held her hand up. The KSF stopped immediately and turned to the medical ninja. I sense a large amount of chakra. It's about 300 yards out. I can't really tell you how many people there are, but it's more than 20. I can tell you that at least. Thank you Sakura-chan, Naruto said, patting his teammate on the back. Thank God that we found them. Now I just hope Konohamaru and the others are okay. Here's the plan. When we make contact I want you to take out as many as you can. Reiza. He turned to the Hyuga. It's gonna be your job to find and protect Konohamaru and the others. Me, Sakura, and Yugao will attack the rest. Leave no prisoners. Except if you can try to leave the leader alive. We might be able to get some information out of him. You guys understand? Hi, each one said without hesitation. Naruto adjusted his mask, making sure it was on right. Alright, move out. Thank God. I was just told that we don't need you anymore. The guard laughed evilly. So, who wants to die first? Konohamaru was speechless. Fuck, I was hoping we would have more time to come up with a plan. I won't let him hurt anyone. You look like you want to die first, he grinned, looking at Rika. Please don't, kill me. I don't, want to die, she began to cry uncontrollably. Now, I'm really gonna kill you first, the guard said as he pulled out a kunai and began to approach Rika. I have to do something. Konohamaru screamed in his head. Hey you bastard, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Konohamaru yelled at the guard. Why you little prick, you're going to regret that last remark. He threw the kunai at Konohamaru's head. Konohamaru clenched his eyes. So this is how it's going to end? I always thought I would die eating so much ramen with the boss. But not like this. Konohamaru, we're saved. Open your eyes, Rika cried. He slowly opened his eyes. He saw that the guard on the ground with a kunai in his back, blood oozing from the wound. He looked around and saw Reiza casually leaning against the wall. Yo, brat, he said calmly. Who are you? Are you a leaf ninja? I'm Reiza Hyuga. And yes brat, look at my headband. I'm here to get you out of here. Just give me a couple of seconds to untie all of you. A few minutes later, both Rika and Konohamaru were untied and gathering their supplies. What now, Reiza-san? Rika asked. We wait, but shouldn't we try to escape from here? She asked again. Normally yes, but Naruto said he would take care of everything. He smiled. Man, these guys are easy. I don't see how they are giving the village so much trouble. Naruto thought to himself, they must have Konohamaru off guard. Naruto pulled out his katana and slashed two bandits in front of him. Man, how are you guys doing? He asked Yugao and Sakura. We're doing great, Naruto-kun. They're not very challenging. Naruto watched as Sakura connected a sickening hit to one of the bandits. Ouch, remind me never to mess with Sakura-chan again. She might kill me next time. Sweden. Suishuha. Water colossus and destruction. A large volume of water materialized out of nowhere and covered the entire battlefield. No ordinary bandit can summon this large amount of water. These must be those A-class ninja. Naruto jumped onto a tree and watched as the water began to settle. Sweden. Suiryuden no Jutsu. Water Dragon Jutsu. A column of water arose from and took the form of a dragon and flew towards Naruto. He jumped into the air and made hand signs of his own. Kaden. Karyu Enden no Jutsu. Fire Dragon Jutsu. Naruto put one hand in front of his mouth and blew a large jet of fire in a shape of a dragon from their mouth. The flame dragon intercepted the water dragon, creating a thick mist. Sakura-chan, Yugao-chan. Come here. These guys mean business. Naruto ordered. Out of nowhere, Sakura and Yugao appeared on the side of Naruto. Each one had their katana and were prepared for anything. Who's out there? Demanded Naruto. Why, you don't know who we are? A feminine voice boomed. Hey, Tai, they don't know who we are. What, my, they should be ashamed. How could they not know who we are? Tai cried. What do you think about that, Kai? I think both of you are completely idiots and make us look bad. That's what I think, Kai yelled through the mist. What? Both Mai and Tai screamed, yelling something that KSF couldn't understand. While they were bickering, Naruto got tired of waiting for the enemy to reveal themselves. Fuuten. Diatapa no Jutsu. Great breakthrough. Once again, Naruto brought his hand in front of his mouth. Instead though of a flame, he released short powerful bursts of wind that quickly removed the mist, making the visibility much better. Naruto was ready for anything, but was shocked on what he saw. There were 3 people, 2 girls and 1 guy. Both of the girls were punching the crap out of the big guy. I'm going to beat the living crap out of you, Kai. The red-haired one screamed. Yeah, me too. The blonde one agreed with the other one. Guys, they can see us, the big man said. What? Both turned their heads. Oh shit, Kai. Get ready, Tai whispered. Naruto pulled out his katana and waited. These guys are so weird. Just who are they? Sorry about that. Let us introduce ourselves. I'm Tai, the red-haired girl smiled. She wore black spandex pants that showed her great curves. She had on a white sports bra that barely covered up her cleavage. She had on a short Junin vest that showed her well-toned stomach. Wow, she's hot, Naruto thought to himself. I'm Mai. Nice to meet you. The blonde girl bowed. Blood began to trickle from Naruto's nose. Holy shit, I think I just saw her ass. Mai had wore spandex pants, except hers were white. She had white high-cut shirt that just stopped below her ass. Just like the other girl, she had a short Junin vest. She too had a nice stomach. I've died and come to heaven. And I'm Kai. The big man snorted. He had white hair that grew past his eyes. He wore blue jeans. He didn't wear a shirt, revealing his muscular chest and abs. He wore a black vest that had no sleeves. OMG, he's so cute, but not as good looking as my Naruto-kun. Naruto wiped his nose and grinned. These guys remind me of myself many years ago. Too bad we can't have more fun. Well, since we are introducing ourselves. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the demon fox of the Konohakagore. Nice to meet you. I'm Sakura Haruno, also from Konohakagore. I'm Yugao Izuki. Since we got that out of way? What the hell are you doing here and why are you attacking Konohakagore? Naruto asked. Mai, Tai, and Kai gave them a weird look. You must have us mistaken for someone else. We came from a land far away. We just got here when we saw you. You looked pretty strong, so we decided to test you. Mai explained. Naruto, they are lying. They're the terrorists who have been attacking the village, Sakura whispered. Naruto-kun, I agree with Sakura. This doesn't seem right. That story sounds fake. Yugao whispered. Naruto thought in his head. Evidence seems to point to them, but I keep feeling like they are telling the truth. Then if you're not the ones terrorizing the village, Naruto lowered his katana. Who is? What happened to my camp? A random voice came from the forest. Naruto turned to see a shinobi running towards them. What happened to the camp? I left for just 30 minutes to attack that stupid village and… Oh shit. The ninja stopped. What I meant to say. I was helping an old woman cross the street and… Liar, everyone screamed. You're the leader of the terrorist group, huh? Naruto asked. Damn, my cover is blown. Yes, I'm Yonzo, leader of this camp. You got a problem? He grunted. Yes. Yes I do, Naruto said. First you attacked my village. Second, you captured my friends and held them hostage. And 3, you almost made me attack innocent people. You don't deserve to live. Naruto placed his right hand on his left wrist and began to focus chakra. Kaden. Fireblade. Fire engulfed Naruto's left hand. Flames circled Naruto, lashing out in long lightning bolts. Any last words, Yonzo? Who is this Naruto Uzumaki? Tai thought out loud, I've never felt so much chakra before. It's overwhelming. Naruto-kun. What is this jutsu? Yugao asked in amazement. I based this on Kakashi Hitaki's Raikari. It's not as powerful as the Rasengan, but it will do. Now let me take care of this scum. Naruto charged Yonzo as fast as he can. Yonzo had no time to react as Naruto pierced his chest. Yonzo was killed before he even hit the ground. Naruto stood over his body, letting his arm burn with the fire. He performed a hand sign and the flames disappeared. All the girls thought the exact same thing the same time. Naruto-kun is so hot. Naruto turned to face everyone. I'm sorry you had to see that. I kinda lost my temper. He lowered his head. It's okay, Naruto. We understand. You had to do it. Mai said soothingly. Sakura-chan, Yugao-chan, Naruto ordered his squad. Go get Reiza and then take Konohamaru and his Rika back to the village. I'll meet you back there in a while. But just go. I'll catch you up later. I promise. He gave them signature grin. Yes, sir. Both Sakura and Yugao disappeared. I don't mean to pry, but what are you doing here? Naruto asked Tai. Well, we really don't know. We like to travel around a lot just cause, you know. I have a proposition for you guys, Naruto smiled. I know we just met and you guys don't mind. I want to bring you back to Konohakagore. Please consider this. Mai, Tai, and Kai gathered in a little circle. What do you think, Tai? Mai asked. Naruto seems like a nice guy. And he looks great. I have no problem with going with him. Tai grinned. That's exactly what I was thinking, Mai said. Kai muttered. That's it. We go to Konohakagore. Mai and Tai squealed. During all this, Naruto decided to lean against a tree and take a little rest. He was a little tired. Using the fire blade takes a lot of chakra. I have to train more, so I won't become tired next time. Naruto, we decided to accept your offer. We'll go with you. Tai yelled as she gave Naruto a big hug. Naruto turned a deep red. Alright, let's go back. Naruto yelled. Where is Naruto-kun? He is supposed to be here already, Yugao asked herself. You know how he is. He's probably jacking around, taking his sweet time. Then he'll come late and make up another one of his lame excuses, Sakura sighed. Hokage-sama is going to be pissed off. She wants our report in 5 minutes. What are we going to do, Sakura? Yugao asked to her pink-haired comrade. I don't know, Yugao. Tsunade-sama is scary when she gets mad. Sakura responded. Sakura, Yugao. Get in here now. Tsunade yelled through the door. Yugao and Sakura looked at each other in terror. They gave each other a hug. Oh Sakura, this might be the last time I see you, Yugao cried. I just wanted to say that you're one of my closest friends and I'll never forget you. But I have to confess. Do you remember that Halloween party you threw last year? The one where you nearly killed Reiza for throwing up on your bed. Well, it wasn't Reiza. It was me. Yugao hugged Sakura tighter. I'm so sorry. What? I beat Reiza to near death because of that. I'm gonna kill you. Sakura wrapped her hands around Yugao's throat and began to choke her. My room still has a funny smell. How could you? Sakura shook Yugao like a rag doll. Yugao's face began to turn a purple color. Saku Sakura. Yugao losing conciseness. I can't breathe. Sakura, Yugao. You have 2 seconds to get here before I personally tear both of you apart limb by limb, Tsunade roared. Immediately, she released her death grip of Yugao and rushed into Tsunade's office. Sorry, Tsunade-sama, Sakura bowed, I was just GE. I don't want to hear your excuses. Give me your report. Wait. Where's Yugao and Naruto? Tsunade demanded. I'm right here. Hokage-sama, Yugao muttered. She crawled her way in the room. Tsunade shook her head. I don't even want to know. Sakura, just give your report and you can leave. Sakura lowered her head. Okay. Yugao, will you hand the Hokage-sama our report? Yugao raised her head. I thought we didn't make. Yugao fell back to the ground as Sakura hit her in the back of the head. Sakura, give me the report now. Tsunade screamed. I'm sorry. To tell you the truth, we don't have. She stopped talking as smoke filled the room. What the hell is going in here? Sakura thought as she pulled out her katana. Yugao didn't do anything because she was still recovering from being attacked by Sakura. Tsunade on the other hand already narrowed it down to 2 people. Whoever it was, they would get a surprise. Hey, Ba-chan, Naruto voice rang throughout the room. Tsunade replied by throwing her sake glass at Naruto. Naruto skillfully dodged the glass. She saw he had on his foxy grin. Nice to see you too, Naruto. You haven't worked on that attitude problem, you old hag? Naruto laughed. Once the smoke cleared, Tsunade noticed that Naruto wasn't alone. 2 women, one blonde and one red-haired girl were hanging onto him by his neck. There was also a tall man leaning against the wall. Sakura face turned bright red. First Yugao, now these 2 sluts. What am I going to do? She glanced towards Kai. He gave her a quick smile. Her face grew a brighter red. He's so cute. I just want to go kiss him. Well, Naruto, who are your friends? Tsunade asked curiously. This is Tai, he motioned to the red-haired women on his left. This is Mai, motioning to the blonde on his left, and that tall guy is Kai. Nice to meet you, Mai and Tai said, bowing their heads. Tsunade just smiled. They are very pretty. Who knew Naruto was such a fox? Okay, maybe he is a fox. She stood up. I'm Tsunade, Godem of Konohakagore and one of the legendary Sannin. Nice to meet you also. Wow, a Sannin? I never heard of them before. Are they like a band or something? Tai asked. Tsunade nearly collapsed in shock. Naruto did fall, but quickly jumped right back up. What? Naruto Uzumaki yelled. You have never heard of the Sannin? I never heard of them either, Mai agreed. Calm down Naruto. I'll tell them, Tsunade said calmly though inside she clearly was mad. The Sannin are one of the most powerful ninja in the world. There are 3 of them. I'm one. Jiraiya aka the Mountain Sage is one. And that bastard Orochimaru, regrettably is one too. Is Jiraiya the same one who writes the Icha Icha series? Kai said out of nowhere. Yes, that pervert is the one who writes those pathetic pieces of crap. Tsunade grunted. Somewhere in the village, Kakashi Hitaki was reading his beloved Icha Icha Paradise book for like the millionth time. But all of a sudden, he banged his hands onto his head and began to shake uncontrollably. "Aagh," he screamed in agony. "Aagh," yelled Kai as he put his hands on his head. He fell to the ground and began to suck on his thumb. Don't listen to her, Kai. Don't listen. Icha Icha Paradise is the best thing ever. She's lying. He reached into his shuriken holster and pulled out a small red book. Don't listen to that mean lady, my baby. She doesn't understand what joy you bring to people all over the world. He even started to caress it. Wow, this guy is weird, Naruto thought to himself, maybe just as weird as Kakashi-sensei. Damn, not another pervert. But he was so cute. Sakura sighed. Ignore him. He's a huge pervert who loves those stupid books, Tai sighed. You should see him when he gets a new one. He go absolutely crazy. Mai nodded. Are you guys brother and sisters? Tsunade, feeling a headache coming on, began to rub her temples. Oh no, we aren't related. We were orphans from Kirigakure, village hidden in the mist. Me and Tai were best friends. We met Kai a year later. Soon, we became inseparable and were taken in by a family from there. They took care of us, and when we were older enough, they sent us to the Ninja Academy. We were the top of our class. Until one day, we heard about the final exam, Mai explained. Kirigakure was infamous for their test. It involved a bloody fight between their genin, allowing them to kill each other to see who was the strongest. Then only that one genin would advance. Mai continued, once we heard of that, we decided to run away. We couldn't kill each other. That was 7 years ago. After that, Tide chimed in, we wandered around. Not staying for long, we met our Mie-sensei 5 years later. She was a Junin from a megacure. She took us in and trained us in the way of the shinobi. But there was an uprising, a powerful man came and killed the leader, Hanzo. Mei-sensei, fearing for our lives, begged us to leave the country. We followed her orders. She ended up dying, trying to protect the village. For 2 more years, we came and left villages. Near staying in one place for long. Until we met Naruto-kun today. That's when he asked us to come back here to Konohagakure. That's it. Tsunade could not help and feel sorry for them. They have gone through so much pain and suffering. Too much for kids their age. She looked at Naruto. Is this how Naruto felt? Naruto meanwhile stood in silence. Mai, Tai, and Kai. They are kind of like me. One last question, Tsunade finally coming to a decision. Are you all ready to become shinobi of Konohagakure? The room became silent except for Kai's whispering to his book. Sakura put her hand over mouth in shock. Yugao fell asleep on the floor. Naruto looked at Tsunade, then back at Mai and Tai. What did you just say? Tai muttered. I won't say this again. Do you want to become shinobi of this village? Yes or no? Tsunade asked. But why are you doing this? Mai blurted. You 3 seem like strong, able ninja. Konohagakure could use people like you. I want you to stay here and live among us. We would be honored if you choose so. Tsunade smiled. Why should we stay here? You just insulted me and my precious books. Kai yelled, pulling himself together. I got an answer to that too. One of the strongest ninja here, Kakashi Hitaki, has a huge collection of those books. He would be happy to have someone who can relate to him. And 2. I can personally get you a signed copy of the next book coming out. Then we're staying. Kai smiled. I agree with Kai. I'm starting to like this place. Mai smirked. Tide turned to Tsunade. That's that. We're staying. We would be gladly become shinobi of Konohagakure. That's what I wanted to hear. I can't give you a headband yet because we don't know how good you are. However, I will set up a test to measure your ranks in the village. Quote, but Hokage-sama. Where will we stay? Mai asked. I'll make arrangements with a local hotel. You can stay there until you find a house or apartment. Tsunade replied, any more questions? No one spoke up. Okay then, you may all leave. Tsunade finally said. Yes. Naruto squealed, hey guys. Why don't we go get something to eat? That's a good idea, Naruto-kun. Tai kissed him on his cheek, I'm very hungry. Me too, Mai added in. You coming, Sakura-chan? Naruto asked the kunoichi. Nah, I'm going to head in early. I have to work at the hospital tomorrow. See you guys later. She disappeared. What about you, Kai? Tai turned to the tall man. I'm good. I'm going to a bookstore to see if there are any more Icha books out. Kai grinned as he jumped out the window. That just leaves Yugao-chan. Do you want to go get something to eat? Naruto asked. Somewhere deep in her mind, she heard a sweet voice. Do you want to go get something to eat? She instantly opened her eyes and smiled. If you're going, Naruto-kun, then I'll go. She jumped on his back and kissed him on his lips. All right then. I know the perfect place. Naruto finally, as the entire group disappeared in a giant puff of smoke. Tsunade reached into her desk and pulled out a spare glass and a bottle of sake. Making sure no one was around, he quickly poured her some and shot it down just as fast. I need that. Now time to look at their rapport. Wait a second. She jumped up and ran to the window. Naruto Uzumaki, come back here and give me my report. Hey old man Ichiraku. Another bowl of your miso ramen, please. Ichiraku just smiled while he prepared another bowl. Just cause you're best customer, I gonna make this one on the house. You just have to pay for the other 21 bowls. I will, Naruto said ecstatically, waiting for the anticipation of the ramen. Tai observed Naruto in utter amazement. By Kami, how can you eat so much? He eaten 20 bowls already and hasn't even slowed down. His appetite is bigger than Kai's. She turned to Yugao, who was currently eating 11th bowl. Those two are exactly alike. What's their secret? Yugao-chan, what kind of ramen did you get this time? Naruto curiously asked. My favorite. Pork barbecue, she stated with happiness. It was widely known that Naruto was the world's #1 ramen-eating person in the whole world. What was not known is that Yugao Izuki closely second, but no one would know because she was so slim and beautiful. That's my favorite too. Hey, another bowl of ramen, he said, putting down his now empty bowl, but make this like Yugao-chan's. Naruto-kun, barely on her second bowl, couldn't take it no more. Just how many bowls can you eat without getting full? I think about 30 or so, Naruto receiving his 23 bowl from a gleaming Ichiraku. I'm gonna be rich. With Naruto and Yugao, I can retire in peace. 30 bowls, blurted. How? Can you afford that? I'm in Anbu, so I have a good income monthly. Naruto replied, then began to wolf down his precious ramen. Mai grinned to herself. Naruto-kun is not only handsome, but has a good appetite and even better has amazing body. Naruto finished his ramen in a record time. Mai expected him to order another bowl, but was surprised. I think I had enough, old man. That last one was the best yet, Naruto laughed, pulling several bills out his frog wallet. Will this be enough? Ichiraku studied the money very carefully. You gave way too much. You only have to pay for 23 bowls. Naruto laughed even harder. You're mistaken. We had 38 bowls. Wow, Naruto-kun, you're such a gentleman. Yugao jumped from her seat, kissed him on his cheek. Naruto couldn't help but admire how beautiful she was. Her beautiful purple hair flowing behind her. Her eyes were as black as the night, but beautiful nevertheless. Yugao-chan is so pretty. No problem. I cherish my friends. Naruto gestured to everyone. You are all my friends. On top of that, he is very caring and takes care of the people he loves. Naruto-kun is unbelievable. Mai blushed. We owe you one. Naruto-kun, Mai and Tai squealed. They got on each side of Naruto and gave him a kiss on each cheek. His face turned a deep red. Ero Sennin would love to be in my position. It's like heaven. Dirty thoughts began to flood into his mind, but he gained control over himself. Grinning wildly, Naruto put his hands on his head. Where to now? It's 9:30. The night's still young. How about we go get drinks? My treat. Sorry, Naruto-kun. I am going to the hotel. All that ramen is making me want to crash, Tai smirked, rubbing her toned tummy. Me too. We're really tired. Sorry, Naruto-kun. Mai apologized, bowing her head. It's fine. By the way, where are you guys staying at? Mai thought for a moment. I don't know yet. Nobody has told us yet. Hokage-sama said she would take care of it. Sorry, I'm late. There was this little girl that was lost, so I decided to help her. Kakashi Kami said as he strolled into the restaurant. He was wearing his usual clothing, with his headband slanted covering his shuriken. His spiky silver hair stood on end, and in his right hand, there was a small yellow book with the title Icha Icha Beach Vacation. Liar, Naruto yelled, but on in mind, he smiled. That's a new one. I'm gonna use it the next time. What are you doing here, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi closed his book and put back into his holster. Then he readjusted his headband. I'm here to escort the lovely ladies to their hotel. Turning to face Mai and Tai. You must be those lovely ladies, Mai-san and Tai-san. I am Kakashi Hitaki, sensei to Naruto and Junin of Konoha. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Kakashi-sama. Mai bowed. No need for that. We're fellow shinobi. Call me Kakashi, he said smoothly. My Enternal rival Kakashi. Your youthness burns brightly tonight. But not as bright as mine. Damn, not him. Please not him, Naruto begged. Shit, I thought I lost him. Kakashi cursed. Konoha's green beast. Miato guy. As the green-clad man jumped through the door and smiled, his teeth shining like always. I found you, Kakashi. You thought you could run away from me. My youthfulness was able to see through you, trap and led me over here. What do you have to say for yourself? Guy yelled. What? Did you say something? Say something? Kakashi muttered, trying to push Guy buttons. It succeeded because Guy was so off guard that he jumped back out the window. You're losing your youthfulness, Kakashi. I would stay here and talk to your UNYOUTHFUL person, but I have to go run 500 laps around the village as part of my punishment for losing the challenge. Farewell, Kakashi. Just as fast as he appeared, he left in a huge trail of dust. There was total silence inside Ichiraku's. Mai and Tai were trying to comprehend just all happened. Was it just me, Tai stammered, still not believing what just happened, or did a crazy guy wear a green jumpsuit come in here? No, that's Miyato guy, my eternal rival, Kakashi said in disgust. He's way over the top in everything he does, changing his voice completely from an angry violent one to a soft caring one. Well, we should be on our way. Mai-san, Tai-san. See you around Naruto. Yugao. As he walked out of Ichiraku's with Mai and Tai in hand. Bye, Naruto-kun, we'll see you tomorrow. Mai blew him a kiss. Naruto laughed hysterically. It's just an interesting day. He took in A- ranked missions. Yugao gave him CPR. He met 3 new friends who now are his comrades. He ate his favorite thing in the world, ramen. Then the whole guy thing. This is one of my better days. He thought to himself. Naruto-kun. Yugao wrapped her arms around his neck. Where do you want to go? Let's go to that bar by your house. I need a couple glasses of sake to calm my nerves, Naruto finally said. Oh Naruto-kun. That's a great idea. She let go of him and hooked her arm with his. Naruto blushed lightly as he led Yugao outside. An hour later, Naruto walked out of the bar with Yugao on his back. He had 3 glasses while only Yugao had 1. They spent most of the time just talking to each other everything. Ramen, favorite jutsu, friends, what was really under Kakashi's mask. They enjoyed having each other's company. It was 10:35. Naruto decided to walk Yugao home. Not that no one would try anything. Yugao was strong enough to hold her own against several dangerous ninja. But he felt uncomfortable letting her go alone. Naruto had a grin on his face while Yugao smiled back at him. Naruto arrived at her apartment and climbed the stairs, still having Yugao on his back. 2 stories later, he walked her to her door and let her climb off his back. Yugao took advantage of her position and squeezed his butt right before separating. Naruto jumped and looked at her, but all she did was giggle like a schoolgirl. You didn't have to carry me all the way here, Naruto-kun. Yugao laughed. Naruto grinned, it's fine. Yugao wrapped her arms around Naruto. Is there anything I can do to repay you? She winked. Number. Like I said, I didn't mind at all. Naruto hesitated. Are you sure? I think I have something, she smiled. What is it, Yugao-chan? Naruto curious to find out what in hell was she talking about. Yugao didn't respond. Well, not in words anyways. She leaned in and kissed Naruto on his lips. But it didn't stop there. Yugao's tongue slipped through and playfully touched Naruto's. He placed her hands around her waist and then picked her up and pushed her against the door. Yugao straddled her legs around Naruto, allowing her better access into his mouth. They kissed for what seemed an eternity. Slowly Yugao broke away. She wore a very seductive grin. Why don't you come in, Naruto-kun? There's more than just that. Naruto was about to say something, but didn't have time as Yugao grabbed him aggressively by his shirt collar and led him inside of her apartment. Shut up, you stupid fox. I did want her, but that was before she handcuffed me to her bed. Naruto yelled inside his mind. He couldn't remember when Yugao-chan did it, but indeed she did handcuff him to her headboard. Naruto wondered how the hell he got into this predicament. Flashback. You're a great kisser, Naruto-kun. Yugao smiled at Naruto. She was on top of him, her legs around his waist. You're good too, Yugao-chan. Naruto grinned. Yugao's face lit up, and for his compliment, Naruto got another kiss. A passionate one where tongues left each mouth and explored their counterparts. Naruto put his hands on Yugao's behind and squeezed each cheek. Yugao moaned softly and continued to kiss him. She reached over Naruto and grabbed something. He didn't notice because he was enjoying the moment. Clack. Naruto broke off the kiss and looked at Yugao. Did you hear something? Clack. What the he? Naruto tried to get up, but fell back into the bed. He looked at his wrists and noticed that a pair of handcuffs were around each one. What the hell? Naruto whispered to himself. He kept struggling against the cuffs, but with no luck. He was stuck. Starstruck, he slowly turned to Yugao, who had one of the biggest smiles Naruto had ever seen. Yugao-chan, what are you doing? Naruto couldn't finish because Yugao bent over and kissed him on his lips. I want to tease you a little bit, Yugao smirked. She slowly started to fondle her ass. Naruto, still in shock because of the handcuffs, just stared at Yugao. Just relax, Naruto-kun. You will like this, I promise. She bent over and gave him a quick peck. She rolled off him and stood next to him. "I'll be right back." She smiled seductively. Then she turned and walked out the room. End flashback. Pissed off at himself, Naruto got up and slowly walked towards his favorite place to eat. Urgent message from Mai and Tai from Hokage-sama. No answer. Saying his signature phrase, "How troublesome," Shikamaru knocked again. Urgent message from Mai and Tai from Hokage-sama. This time, the doors slowly swung open, revealing a very sleep Mai. She wore a pink shirt with black short shorts. She rubbed her left eyes in. "Who? What?" Mai yawned. "Message from the Hokage. I need both of you to get dressed and come with me." Shikamaru muttered. "Tsunade-sama? What does she want?" Mai asked wearily. Shikamaru sighed. "I can't tell you. Orders from the Hokage herself. Please get dressed. She is not one to get angry with." Mai looked back inside room. "Give us 10 minutes, okay? I have to wake up Tai real fast," Mai said as she closed the door. Shikamaru scowled. "What a drag. First, Tsunade-sama sent me on this ridiculous errand. I had to wait for 15 minutes for them to open the door. And now I have to wait even more." Shikamaru laid against the ground and looked at the clouds. "Tai, get your lazy butt up and dressed," Mai screamed. "And now I'm stuck with the crazy ones," Shikamaru grunted. "Another order of the miso please, Ayame-chan," Naruto asked. "One order of miso ramen, got it." She smiling handing the ramen-obsessed ninja another bowl. "Thanks Ayame-chan. I can't wait," Naruto cried in joy. Nearly jumping out of his seat, he graciously took the bowl of ramen and began to devour it like there was no tomorrow. Ayame looked his amusement at Naruto, laughing when he nearly swallowed his fork. Naruto looked up at her in puzzlement. "What's so funny, Ayame-chan?" Naruto cocked his head to the side. Ayame put both hands on her mouth trying to contain her laughter but was unsuccessful. Ayame howled in laughter and pointed to his face. "Your face." She giggled even more. "Look at your face, Naruto." Naruto watched her break up in front of her. He looked at her like she was crazy. "Okay Ayame-chan, I'll look at my face." She handed Naruto a small mirror and waited to see his reaction. Naruto slowly brought the mirror to his face and laughed. "Why didn't you tell me Ayame-chan that my face is completely covered with ramen?" He joked. I tried, she said, gaining back her composure, but it was so funny." "I'm sorry Naruto." "Ah, don't say that. It was funny. I would have probably laughed too if I was you." He grinned. Ayame looked past him and stared across the street. Naruto. Who's that guy with the white hair on the roof across the street? He's been staring at me for a while now. He's starting to freak me out," she whispered in his ear. Naruto turned his head and looked at the roof. He saw the culprit and sighed under his breath. "Damn, Ero Sennin." He turned back to Ayame-chan and handed her some ryo. "There should be enough there to pay off everything. I'll go take care of that guy." He gestured to Peeper. "Don't hurt him, Naruto. He looks pretty old," she stated. He laughed. "I won't. I promise," as he turned around and ran out the door. "She's a good-looking woman. This is going to be good research for my next book." Jiraiya muttered to himself. "I am going to kill you, you pervert." Jiraiya jumped around and saw his latest pupil running towards him. "Shit, Naruto. He's going to kill me. I better play it cool." "Hey Naruto. It not the way you are thinking. I wasn't looking at her, I was looking at the ramen. Looks good from up here." Yum. Jiraiya prayed that it worked. "Liar. You were using Ayame-chan for your research, weren't you?" Naruto yelled at the top of his lungs. He shot a death glare at Jiraiya. "I just said I was looking at the ramen." "Geez, you don't ever listen," Jiraiya said sincerely. Calming himself down, he turned away. "Just don't do it again. I swear the next time Ayame-chan tell me that you're peeping again, there will be one less Sannin in the world." Jiraiya gulped and nodded. "By the way, what are you doing here anyways? Is the contest done already?" Naruto whispered to his sensei. "Yep, finished just last night. It's the best one yet. I have some pictures if you want to see them," Jiraiya grinned. Naruto's cheeks turned a bright red. "Hell yes, Ero Sennin. You know how bad I wanted to go." He ran towards Jiraiya and jumped up and down like an academy student becoming a genin. "Not now. You have business to attend to, my pupil. Tsunade sent me here to relay a message. She wants you to go to the Chunin Stadium at 1 sharp. Don't be late either. She seemed really cranky this morning." "What am I supposed to do over there?" Naruto wondered. Beats the hell out of me. Just go over there already, Jiraiya said with a fake grin. I wish I could tell you. But Tsunade made me promise. More like threatened my life to not to tell you. Just hope you're rested. Naruto stood there for a second, then it hit him, I know. Arrow Sennin. She wants to pronounce me the next Hokage of Konohagakure. I better get going. Naruto began to run in the opposite direction, but stopped suddenly. Oh yeah, I have a question to ask you. How are you able to do the Rasengan with just one hand? Jiraiya's face turned serious. It takes a lot of chakra control to do that. I had many years to perfect it. You right now don't have enough control over your chakra to do it without a Kage Bushin. He noticed Naruto look away, but you should know that you're ahead of where Yondaime Hokage was. And he was the best ninja I had ever seen. Naruto's face reverted back to his usual happy self. That's why I'm going to become the next Hokage, Arrow Sennin. He smiled and jumped his way to Chunin Stadium. Jiraiya just laughed at Naruto until he was out of sight. After he couldn't see him, he pulled his telescope and grinned pervertedly. Where was I? Where are we going? Tai asked angrily. She hated to wake up so early. In her eyes, 12 was still pretty early. Hokage-sama asked me to get you both and escort you to the Chunin Stadium. There you will have your test. Shikamaru simply stated. Oh crap, Tai. The test. I wonder what's it's going to be about. Wait a minute, should Kai be with us? She asked Shikamaru. What a drag. Kai or whatever his name is already took his test earlier this morning. He is now a Junin of the village. He seems to made good friends with Kakashi Hatake. Perverts. Mai and Tai said in unison. Troublesome, he thought, first these two. And apparently this Kai guy is a pervert like Kakashi. This village gets weirder and weirder every day. We're here ladies. Follow me and we can see Tsunade-sama. Shikamaru said with one last sigh. A 5,000 ryo, that's he's going to be late again, Kakashi, she grinned. I'll take that bet, Tsunade-sama. The copy ninja said, closing his Icha Icha Paradise book. I feel good about this one, Shizune. He's always late. I can't lose, Tsunade laughed. I don't know. I guess you're right Hokage-sama, Shizune sighed. Kakashi smiled underneath his mask. Good timing Naruto. Naruto Uzume jumped from the top of the stadium into the Hokage box. Hey, Kakashi-sensei, Shizune-san, Bachan. Tsunade jumped out of her seat and clobbered Naruto on his head. You little punk, I just lost 5,000 ryo. Why did you come on time? Naruto sat on the ground, rubbing his head. Arrow Sennin said to come early so I wouldn't get in trouble. Tsunade scowled. Damn Jiraiya. She gathered chakra in her hand and ran it through Naruto's hair. In a couple of seconds, Naruto felt no pain. Thanks Ba-chan, he muttered, what do you want me for? Taking her seat again, Tsunade put her hand underneath her head. You are going to give a test to some new ninja. What new ninja? Tsunade laughed inside her head. Dense as ever Naruto, she closed her eyes. That doesn't matter. You are going to fight them and see what their skills are. From then, we'll place them where we see fit. Naruto just blinked. Ordinary rules apply? This question was directed towards Kakashi. Attack with the intent to kill, he stated. Gotcha. Naruto grinned, cracking his knuckles. Who's my opponent? You'll see, she said as she noticed Shikamaru walk in with Mai and Tai in tow. Here's the two ladies. Hokage-sama, Shikamaru sighed. Naruto. You're going to face Mai and Tai, 2 versus 1. What? All three yelled at the exact same time. Kakashi sighed. He closed his book and returned it to his shuriken holster. It will be test of their skills and your own, Naruto. I can't fight them, Kakashi-sensei. I just can't. Naruto blurted out. Oh, are you scared, Naruto-kun? It's okay if you don't want to be beat by a couple of girls. We understand, Mai laughed. Naruto faced Mai and pointed, I'm not scared. The next Hokage never backs down from a challenge and I'll be damned if I start now, Naruto yelled. Now since that is settled, get down there and fight, Tsunade smirked. Naruto, you go ahead. Mai, Tai, I need to speak to you real quick. Without wasting a second, Naruto jumped off the Hokage box and landed on the stadium floor. He started to stretch for his upcoming bout with the two kunoichi. Mai and Tai made their way closer to Tsunade. What did you need to tell us, Hokage-sama? Tai asked. Tsunade leaned closer, just enough so where she could talk to them in privacy. Girls, don't let your friendship with Naruto get in the way of your fight. This is very important because it will decide where you will be placed in the village. Also, attack with the intent to kill. Anything less than that against that man over there will be futile. He is very strong, so do your best. What if accidentally hurt Naruto-kun? Mai asked worryingly. Godem Hokage just laughed. Trust me girls, you won't hurt his guy. The only thing that will hurt him is losing. Nothing else. Now get down there and give us a good fight. Yes, ma'am, both cried as they jumped off the balcony. Naruto, Mai and Tai stood in the middle of the stadium preparing for their fight. Naruto made sure he had enough shuriken and kunais. The girls did the same. After making enough preparations, they were ready to rumble. Running his hand through his blonde hair, Naruto finally said something. Are you sure you want to go through with this? You just worry about yourself Naruto-kun, Mai replied. Naruto took a fighting stance very similar to Lee's. Mai and Tai got into their fighting stances as well. No dared moved until they heard the go-ahead. Naruto Uzumaki, are you ready? Naruto nodded. Mai and Tai, are you ready? Mai gave a thumbs up. Alright, then begin. Immediately Naruto took at several junai and threw Mai. Shuriken intercepted the kunai, knocking them off their projected path. Seeing that using weapons would be nearly impossible with two opponents, Naruto decided to use his signature jutsu to even up the odds. Kage Bushin no Jutsu. A Naruto clone appeared next to him. Both Narutos charged Mai and Tai. He successfully divided them up. This is more like it, the real Naruto said to himself. I can take on Mai while my clone takes on Tai. Mai noticed that she and Tai were separated, but she couldn't do anything about it. Then thought of an idea. Sweden. Suishuha no Jutsu. The stadium started to flood with water appearing out of nowhere. It got higher and higher until it was about 5 feet high. Naruto flowed chakra through his feet, allowing him to stand on top of the water. They are very good with water, Tsunade. Kakashi stated. Very, Tsunade only said. Damn, water. I don't have any good water jutsu to use. They have the advantage, Naruto growled. Tai taking advantage of the distraction Mai set up made hand signs. Sweden. Sukoden no Jutsu, Water Shark Jutsu. A column of water twisted itself into a large shark-like form and raced toward Naruto. Thinking quickly on his feet, the Naruto clone countered. Kaden. Gukakyu no Jutsu. Naruto clone inhaled deeply and blew out a giant ball of fire. They connected in the middle of the stadium. It seemed to be an even match until the shark went right through the fireball and engulfed the clone, making him disappear in a poof. Damn, Naruto muttered. Kaden. Karyu Enden no Jutsu. Fire Dragon. It caught Tai off guard as she didn't see it coming fast enough. It covered her entire body. Her body turned to liquid, leaving Naruto shocked. When did she use a water clone? She is fast. When did she use a water clone, Kakashi? I didn't see it, Tsunade asked. She used it immediately after the water shark. Her hand signs were fast. I had to use this. He motioned at his left eyes. The Sharingan fully activated stared at the battlefield. Tsunade thought, she must be good if Kakashi had to use the Sharingan. Kaden. Karyu Enden no Jutsu, Naruto directed this one toward Mai. Mai made no defense, but she smiled. Just as the dragon was about to reach her, a wall of water emerged, and blocked the fire attack. Tai arose from underneath the water, and stood next to Mai. Both grinned. Tired yet, Naruto-kun? Tai asked mockingly. Because if you are, we can quit, Mai chimed in. These remarks pissed Naruto off. I won't give up. You will have to kill me first. Mai looked at Tai and smiled. Okay Naruto-kun, let's finish this Tai. Mai bit her thumb and smeared it on Tai's right arm. Tai bit her thumb and smeared the blood on Mai's left arm. Both then proceeded to make a long string of hand signs. Summoning jutsu. Both screamed, slamming their hands against the water. A large poof of smoke covered the stadium. After everything cleaned, Mai and Tai were standing upon a large shark. A summoning jutsu? Kakashi and Tsunade blurted out at the same time. Kakashi was the first to break the silence. I heard of a shark summoning, but I never seen it before. These girls are not ordinary shinobi. They are very powerful indeed. Easily Junin level. Naruto better not mess around. You're underestimating my pupil, Kakashi. Tsunade closed her eyes and muttered, Jiraiya? Kakashi turned around and saw the Sannin leaning against the wall, grinning. Just watch. Naruto's mind was racing. What? A summon? I really can't take this guy on like this. It's a freaking shark in water. Naruto gathered his chakra and bit thumb also. Summoning no jutsu. A giant toad appeared out of nowhere. Naruto stood on top of his head. Yo Gamakichi, what did you summon me for? You know, just to call Pops when you need to fight. Boss Toad is too big for this place. You're just the right size. I need your help. Just call Pops. I'm BU, Sweden. Tepudama, water bullet. The shark shot out a large spherical ball of water at Naruto and Gamakichi. Hurry up Gamakichi. Do something. Naruto yelled. Gamakichi opened his mouth. Sweden, Tepudama. Gamakichi blocked the attack with his own water bullet. Naruto sighed in relief. That couldn't be been bad. What the hell was that? Were you trying to get me hurt? The toad yelled at Naruto. Naruto stomped his foot. Enough. I have an idea. Gamakichi, the oil. Following his orders, oil jetted out of the toad's mouth. Naruto wasted no time. Kaden, Enden. Fire came out of Naruto's mouth. It connected with the oil and made a gigantic fireball that completely covered Shark. It cried in pain and disappeared. Just from the heat of the flame, most of the water evaporated, returning the field to what it was before. However, Mai managed to dodge the attack somehow. Tai was nowhere to be seen. I'm gone, kid. Don't call me back again, you hear? Gamakichi roared as he left in a puff of smoke. Whatev, Sweden. Daibakufu no jutsu. Naruto didn't have time to react as he was hit by tremendous force of water hit, completely enveloping him. The pressure of the water caused Naruto to crash into the wall, leaving a large crater. Ouch, that had to hurt, Jiraiya said out loud. Is Naruto-san okay? Shizune asked. Tsunade didn't know what to say. Such a powerful attack hit Naruto head-on. Who knows what damage that caused? Maybe I should stop the fight? She started to stand up, but she felt Jiraiya put his hand on her shoulder, stopping her movements. Let them keep going. Naruto isn't out just yet. I think you overdid it, Mai told her best friend. I thought he would put up some sort of defense. It hit him directly. I feel so bad, Tai said with tears beginning to form in her eyes. Poor Naruto-kun, Mai muttered. I'm not done yet. I won't give up. A voice coughed. Everyone, besides Jiraiya, stared in disbelief as Naruto slowly pushed himself off the ground. His clothes were tattered and ripped. His face covered with scratches and scrapes. His left arm was bent awkwardly. I told you, you will have to kill me before I give up. He gathered what was left of his chakra in his right hand. A small blue ball swirled tightly until a perfect Rasengan formed. Naruto-kun, Tai muttered underneath her breath. Mai just glared at the shinobi. She couldn't move a muscle. Tai hit him directly with that jutsu. He shouldn't even be conscious right now. Who? What is this guy? Don't just stand there. Attack me, attack me, Naruto screamed at Mai and Tai. Without thinking, Mai performed the identical hand signs Tai did just a few moments before. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun. Sweden. Daibakufu no jutsu. A vortex of water surged to the battle-torn Naruto. Bracing himself with whatever strength he had, he launched the Rasengan directly at the swirling water. Both attacks created a huge typhoon of water that rose high into the sky. Everyone was in complete awe in what they were seeing. It rages for what seemed like an eternity, but soon dissolved. Everyone searched frantically for any signs of movement. Over there, Kakashi pointed, it looks like Mai and Tai. Both girls were exhausted. The pressury of the water drained most of their chakra. Mai was on her knees, coughing up water that she had accidentally swallowed. Tai stood weakly over the field. She had no strength whatsoever. She tried to move, but she was too weak. She ended up falling next to Mai. Across from them, stood Naruto. He had his head down. He didn't move for anything. Red chakra became visible and Naruto lifted his head up. His blue eyes were replaced with blood red. Simultaneously 3 chakra tails emerged from his body. He let out a deafening primal scream and charged Mai and Tai. 3 days later, Naruto hated hospitals. It was too plain. The cheap white paint covering the walls. The horrible stench of the hospital. And most of all, the horrible hospital food they served to the patients. Naruto shuddered in fear at this thought. The last time he was here, he practically starved himself. I have to get out of his hell hole. Naruto scanned the room for a possible escape route. First he looked at the air vent that was conveniently placed over his bed. But he shook his head in disgust, remembering when he tried to escape through the vent. Flashback. Naruto snickered to himself as he pulled off the vent and carefully set against the bed. Time to make my escape, he thought to himself. One at a time, he pushed each of his arms through the small opening. His shoulders were wide, and decided to not go in, but determined to escape, Naruto somehow maneuvered both his shoulders into the vent. Pulling his entire body upwards, he crawled a little bit, but realized that it was a dead end. He backtracked back to the opening and tried to get out, however, this time he couldn't get back through. He got stuck at his shoulders, leaving his legs hanging down from ceiling. Oh shit, he muttered to himself. Naruto couldn't do anything about it, so he waited until someone came by and checked up on him. An hour and a severely pissed off Naruto later, he heard the door creak open. He heard distinct clacking from wooden shoes. Only one person made those clacks. Oh shit. The only person Naruto didn't want to come in just happened to visit his favorite pupil. A broad-built man with long spiky white hair walked into the room. Jiraiya was a leg hanging out of the ceiling. Not knowing what to expect, he pulled out a kunai and slowly made his way deeper into the room. He looked upwards and noticed a light green hospital gown hanging from the vent. Jiraiya knew instantly who it was. What do we have here? Uzumaki Naruto trying to make an escape from the hospital? Jiraiya slyly grinned. Shut the hell up, Arrow Sennin, and help me get out of here. Wrong answer, Naruto. Jiraiya clacked his way over to the door. Oh Tsunade, will you come over to Naruto's room? Be sure to bring Sakura and the rest of the female nurses. No. End flashback. Still to this day, when Naruto happened to be in the hospital for injuries or some other reasons, the women of Konohagakure Hospital always gave him a perverted smile. Not through the vent. What about the window? Naruto asked himself. He shot a quick glance toward the large sliding window. But he shook his head again, remembering another failed escape. Flashback. Naruto, get back into that bed now before I kill you. Tsunade roared. Please follow Hokage-sama's orders. You aren't well, Shizune pleaded. Naruto just grinned as he readied himself to jump out the window. Not this time, Ba-chan, Shizune-san. I'm going to escape through this open window and no one is going to stop me. Naruto. Wait, that window isn't open. It closed, Shizune started to say. Naruto didn't let her finish her warning. He threw himself at the window, but in his haste he forgot to open the window. He crashed headfirst into the glass window. It demolished incompletely. Our blonde hero fell unconscious from the impact. Shizune muttered. Tsunade howled in laughter. Idiot. End flashback. Besides, Naruto thought to himself, the old hag put steel bars on the window. I can easily use a jutsu to get out, but then that money is going to come out of my paycheck. Naruto sighed. He was never going to get out, well, not this time. Deciding not to even bother this time, he relaxed against the pillow. He gazed at the clock, observing every second that passed by. Tick, 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 I had to get out of here. Naruto yelled at the top of his lungs. Naruto jumped out of his bed and made a mad dash to the door. He opened it wildly, but stopped in his tracks. Get in that bed now, Naruto. Before I beat the living crap out of you, she warned. Naruto gulped and slowly made his way back to the bed. He laid back down as the pink-haired Sakura walked in with Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Kakashi. Oh, hi Sakura-chan. I was just about to find you. I haven't seen you in a while. Enough of your stupid excuses. I know what you were trying to do, she snapped, not this time. Not on my watch. Kakashi just shook his head behind his book, that was a horrible excuse. I had faith in you. Don't try to support him, Kakashi-sensei. He was trying to escape. Kakashi looked at the former student Sakura, then at Naruto. Couldn't find an escape route, huh? Kakashi-sensei, Sakura cried. What? If I were Naruto, I would have done the same thing. Hospital freaked me out, Kakashi concluded. It was beyond comprehension that the legendary Kakashi Hitaki couldn't go toe-to-toe with the most dangerous criminal known without fear, but he was scared of hospitals. Get it together, you two. This is not a time for this, Tsunade ordered, we have more pressing matters. Like, why in the hell did Naruto go straight to Three Tails? Sakura covered her mouth with her small hands. Oh, please excuse me. She rushed out of the room. 3 of the most powerful ninjas in the world were assembled in one small room. What happened to you? Tsunade asked. I don't know. One minute I was completely depleted of chakra and then the next minute, I suddenly surged through with a ridiculous amount of the Kyuubi's chakra. It flooded my entire body at once. That's all I remember. Silence filled the room for minutes. You don't think that the seal is? Kakashi muttered. Weakening, finished Jiraiya. Maybe, Naruto, show us your stomach. Naruto lifted up his gown, just enough that his stomach was visible. The seal that was tattooed on Naruto's stomach appeared, though much more faded since the last time Kakashi and Jiraiya had seen it. What can we do, Jiraiya? This isn't just an ordinary seal. This is Yondaimi's seal. Kakashi wondered. Jiraiya replied, the seal was never meant to keep the Kyuubi imprisoned forever. It was meant to allow both Naruto and the fox's chakra to blend into one. As Naruto grows older, the seal weakens slightly until one day it's going to go away. All we can do is just wait, and make sure this never happens again. Jiraiya turned to Naruto. He's a splitting image of Minato at his age. He grinned, so Naruto, you understand what's going on? Naruto simply shook his head. What we're saying is that, from now on, take it easy. Try not to get your emotions too high. Scale back on the missions. Take a little break and relax. Naruto nodded reluctantly. Any questions? Tsunade requested. Yeah, just one. When the hell can I get out this place? Yelled Naruto. Secretly behind Tsunade's back, Kakashi gave him a thumbs up sign. You little punk, Tsunade responded, landing her fist upon his head. You get out when I say you can get out. So get out. Stupid, Ba-chan. Stop hitting me in the head like that, Naruto whined. Not hearing what she said, Naruto just complained and complained. Kakashi was going berserk trying to get Naruto's attention. You can leave. Get out. He silently mouthed to the blonde ninja. Naruto stared at Kakashi crazy. Are you okay, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi slapped himself on the forehead. Run, Naruto. Run away from this horrible place. He grabbed Naruto's hand and pulled his out the door. Catch you later, suckers. Ha ha ha. Jiraiya and Tsunade stood speechless in the room. Kakashi really hates hospitals, huh? Jiraiya turned to his former teammate. All seriousness, Tsunade, what are we going to do? You know as well as I know if the fox gets control, then there is no way we can stop it. Delay it some, but not stop it. Tsunade plopped herself against Naruto's bed. She agreed with Jiraiya. There were simply not enough power to stop the Kyuubi. I don't know myself. What about that seal you made 2 years ago? Won't that do the job? The Toad Sage shook his head. Maybe. I haven't used it since Naruto went 5 tails against Akatsuki. And I haven't made any extra ones yet. It will take some time. Will you make some, just in case, she asked. Yeah, I will, but only you would go on a date with me? The white-haired Sannin grinned. Waiting for the usual, no you pervert. Jiraiya was shocked by what he heard. Sure, why not? But you had to pay. Tsunade laughed. Jiraiya laughed. I knew you couldn't resist my charm. I'm a good-looking ma. Tsunade sent him flying into the wall. You conceited old fart. I decided for the first time that I'm going on a date with you and you act like that, she said angrily. Jiraiya rubbed his head just like Naruto did when Sakura or Tsunade hit him. He stood and dusted himself off. We better get going before you end up killing me. He opened the door, ladies first. Tsunade snorted in disgust at Jiraiya's newly found hospitality as she walked out of the room. Behind her back, jumped and clacked his heels and proceeded to follow him. Just on the outside Konohagakure, a squad of shinobi slowly made their way to the village. Are you sure you're ready to come back here? Asked the only female in the group. He didn't say a word. He continued to make his way onto his destination. He was dressed in Anbu-like armor with a katana slung over his back. His raven hair over his faces, covering his dark eyes. The female slowed her pace until she was beside her other teammate. Suigetsu, do you think we should be doing this? Our mission is to find Uchiha Itachi? Suigetsu looked at her with a weird look. I don't understand it either. First Sasuke wants us to find Itachi at all costs, but all of a sudden he needs to go to the Leaf Village. Maybe it's that demon bastard, Uzumaki Naruto? Sasuke flinched when he heard Naruto. He immediately faced them and glared at them with his Sharingan activated. Both ceased talking. Satisfied, Sasuke turned around. Naruto. Knock. Damn it. I was about to go asleep, Naruto grumbled as he pushed himself from his bed. Who in the hell? Knock. I'm coming. I'm coming, Naruto roared as he pulled on his pants. He cursed his way to the door. Good-for-nothing people in this village won't let me sleep. It trailed off as soon as he noticed pink hair through the eye hole. He quickly opening the door. Oh sorry Sakura-chan, I didn't know it was you, Naruto laughed. Sakura, who was dressed in a pink nurse's outfit that perfectly matched her hair, frowned upon her leader. I only came by because you forgot your necklace in your room. As he heard the words, he searched for the necklace he had inherited from Tsunade. He felt around his chest, but to no avail. Crap, I'm sorry Sakura-chan. Kakashi-sensei dragged me out of the room so fast, I didn't even notice. Whatever, Sakura stated, handing Naruto a small green necklace. Naruto hastily put it on. Naruto thought for a moment, for your troubles, Sakura-chan. Why don't you come inside and I'll give you something to drink? I'm sorry Naruto, but I have to go back to the hosp, she started to say, but Naruto cut her off. No, I insist. One drink is going to hurt anyone, he grinned. The kunoichi looked at her options. She could say no, but then she would have to go back to the hospital and do rounds. She hated rounds so much. Then again, she could take Naruto up on his offer, and have just one drink. Sure, why not, she said finally. Naruto smiled as he opened the door wider, allowing Sakura to enter his apartment. Two men in black cloaks with red clouds made their way through the north gate. The leaf guard noticed two strangers approaching them. He whispered for other guard. Both pulled out a kunai. As the two men neared close enough, the first guard yelled. State your name and business. Nothing but silence. The men continued to get closer and closer. Once again the guard yelled, this is your last warning. State your name and your business. Out of nowhere, the tall man reached, pulled out a gigantic sword and cut the guard in half. That guy was annoying me. The other guard didn't have a chance to respond as the shorter one appeared in front of him. Tsukuyomi. A second later, then second guard fell into a heap. He died before he hit the ground. We don't need attention, Kisame, the short one muttered. Kisame grinned under his hat as he returned Samahata in its rightful place. Damn it Itachi. It guard pissed me off with his annoying voice. I couldn't help it. Uchiha Itachi simply looked at the north gates, don't forget our mission. I haven't. Good then, let's get going. Itachi muttered. He slowly walked towards the main part of town. Kisame sighed and followed his partner. Just one more shot, okay Naruto-kun. I really have to go back now, Sakura laughed. Whatever Sakura-chan, he smirked as he poured her some more sake. Sakura grabbed her glass and downed the sake. He made her usual face as it went down her throat. Naruto laughed just before downing a shot of his own. You need to drink more often Sakura-chan. You'll never get used to it, Naruto grinned. Sakura scowled at this comment, we shouldn't even be drinking in the first place Naruto. We're underage, but since we are in Anbu, no seems to care. But unlike you, Yugao, and Reiza, I don't get wasted. Anyways, I had to go, Naruto-kun. Wait Sakura. Naruto jumped from his seat, trying to clean up, but he lost his balance and fell into Sakura. Somehow Sakura ended up on Naruto. Her legs straddled around his waist. His pink hair tickling his nose. Both blushed intensely, but didn't move. Naruto looked into Sakura's emerald eyes. They were so beautiful. Sakura did the same, staring at his cerulean eyes. Instinctively Naruto leaned closer and locked lips with the kunoichi. Sakura was in heaven. She never would have suspected that Naruto was a great kisser. Every second she enjoyed the ecstasy of the moment. But suddenly the door opened. Naruto and Sakura jumped off each other, only to see a man in a parrot mask. Naruto-san, Hokage-sama needs you immediately. We have a crisis on our hands. Sakura's face turned to worry. What's wrong Yamato-san? I don't know yet, but Tsunade-sama requested all Junin report to her office, Yamato said as he pulled off his mask. All I know so far is that we have two dead Chunin. One died of unknown causes and the other was brutally cut in half. Naruto's eyes flickered red. Kisame and Itachi. He turned to Sakura, let's go now. All the Junin in the Leaf Village were gathered in Tsunade's office. Naruto tore through the door, hate and anger in his eyes. Where the fuck is that hag? We don't have time to waste. The room went silent as Naruto cursed. Kakashi sighed to himself, trying to distance himself from his former student. However, Hyuga Reza opened his mouth. "Shut up, idiot. You're making a fool of you." Naruto connected a punch directly to Reza's face, sending him directly into the wall. All eyes turned to Naruto. His eyes flickering from his usual deep blue to blood red and back. Kakashi shut his book. "You shouldn't do that, Naruto. We need everyone if the enemy is who I think it is." Naruto glared at Kakashi, but he knew he was right. He breathed deeply and walked over to Reza, offering his hand. Reza reluctantly took his hand and didn't say a word at all. In the corner, Mai continued to stare. What's wrong with Naruto's eyes? Tai was thinking the same thing. Kai didn't seem to care because he was buried in the infamous Little Orange Book. Naruto leaned against the wall. Closing his eyes, he remembered the last time he had seen Itachi. Flashback. Naruto laid in his own blood. He tried to get up, but so much pain overloaded his senses. He coughed, blood flowing out of his mouth. This is how death feels like, huh? He thought to himself. Itachi stood over him, glaring down at the blonde shinobi. "You are no match for me, Uzumaki. Without the Kyuubi, you are useless. Time to take you back to pain, so he can extract the Kyuubi." Itachi made his way closer to Naruto, but was caught off by a very familiar person. Uchiha Itachi. "Time to meet your avenger." Itachi looked at the newcomer. "Long time no see, Sasuke." Sasuke, with his Sharingan activated, started down his brother. "I finally found you. You ready to die?" Itachi smiled for once. "Not right now. I was about to take Uzumaki back, but you ruined my plans. I would destroy you now, but it seems I don't have enough chakra to take you on. I'll be back for the Kyuubi." Itachi performed hand signs as he disappeared instantly. Sasuke gave a quick glance to the fallen Naruto, then disappeared to pursue Itachi. Naruto was all alone for several hours until Jiraiya found him. End flashback. Naruto punched the wall, leaving a small hole. "You're going to pay for that," Tsunade said as she rushed into the office. He opened his eyes. "I don't care. What the hell is going on, Ba-chan?" Tsunade took a seat in her chair and looked at everyone. "We have 2 dead Chunin at the northern gates. I won't say who was murdered, but one was cut in half and the other died of mysterious causes. I have a feeling who it might be, but I want to make sure. I have Anbu patrolling the village." Jiraiya crouched in the window. "Akatsuki. That Uchiha kid and the swordsman. They're after Naru. You know who." Everyone in the room nodded, except Mai and Tai. Tsunade continued. "I want everyone to be on alert." A poof of smoke appeared in the middle of the room. After it cleared, it revealed Pakun, Kakashi's personal summon. "Kakashi, I found them. They're on the Hokage monument. A squad of Anbu are holding them off, but I don't know how long they can last." Once Naruto heard Hokage monument, he pushed Jiraiya out of the way and raced towards Itachi. "Follow him," Tsunade roared. Kakashi and Jiraiya were the first to follow him. Everyone else followed closely. Naruto was the first to arrive at the monument. He searched the surrounding area. No sign of Itachi or Kisame. "Where are you bastards?" Naruto yelled. Out of nowhere, Itachi and Kisame emerged from the shadows. Each one with their bamboo hats off. "Nice to see you, Uzumaki. Remember what I said about coming back?" "Well, that day is today," Itachi stated calmly. Itachi closed his eyes. "You can come out, Sasuke." Knowing that hiding was futile, Sasuke appeared in front of Naruto. "Raiden. Denjiba." Sasuke smirked as he formed a series of hand signs. Electricity sparked around the 4 combatants. Then the electricity formed a transparent dome. "Sasuke." Naruto stuttered. Sasuke just smiled. "I created this jutsu just for you, brother. Now this time you won't escape." That's all for now. If you enjoy, then please like, share and do comments.